Buccaneer Conquest. What happens, what could happen when a modern American city is invaded and captured by pirates? Here on the Gulf Coast of Florida, hard by the Spanish Main, can answer that question. Tampa is west coast of Florida. It is also Florida's leading port and the industrial center of the state. Yet, Tampa also enjoys another distinction. It is the only city in the world that is certain to be invaded and captured by pirates every February. Things like this have been happening in Tampa Harbor ever since the Gasparilla Pirate Festival was created in 1904. Here we have a full-rigged pirate ship right out of the 18th century, hove to within gunshot of the city. Under cover of darkness, a small landing party is organized. With muffled oars, the boats pull for the shore. Skulking figures flit down dark byways of the city, phantoms of another age. Target for the night is Tampa's City Hall. The Buccaneers are brazen indeed. They walk roughshod up the steps and at dagger's point, pinned to the door, the pirate chief's demand for the surrender of the city. Comes morning, and the city fathers in panic run up the pirate flag, but the populace refuses to surrender. It's more fun to be invaded. And so the pirates lightly turn to thoughts of invading Tampa. Prelude to the annual invasion is this scene at the yacht club 6 miles down the bay. For if clothes make the man, it's costumes that make the corsair, along with the help of skillful makeup artists and a lot of grease paint. And thus, we witness the transformation of these sedate Tampa businessmen, lawyers, doctors, and bankers into patch-eyed picaroons. Zero hour is approaching. They're passing out the cutlasses and the ammunition. But aboard the Jose Gasparilla, a few preliminaries have to be observed. First, the pirates have to chase these girl pirates ashore. All right to have the distaff side aboard for pictorial purposes, but Gasparilla permits no lady buccaneers on the invasion voyage. It's a man's world. And up goes the invasion flag, an ever dreadful sight. And they're off to capture Tampa. This is no toy ship, the Jose Gasparilla. Built entirely of steel, it measures 171 feet overall, with masts that tower 100 feet aloft. The ship is a replica of a bark-rigged West Indiaman of the year 1800, once captured by pirates. Tampa's Gasparilla pirate crew is the only organization in the world that maintains a ship of such size for use only once a year. Hundreds of small pleasure craft converge on Tampa from all parts of Florida to join the invasion armada. The Coast Guard puts 3 cutters and 20 smaller patrol boats into action to handle the harbor traffic. Here come the Marines in an amphibian tank, flying the Jolly Roger. You're seeing history made now. The Leathernecks leading a pirate invasion, hitting the beaches under the Skull and Bones. The pirates laugh without pity at the city's plight as they blast their way into the harbor, firing every gun that bears. Gambling everything on this last desperate drive. They're shooting the works. Everything proceeding according to plan, the captain reports to the pirate king. A few pirates are high in the rigging. Most of the others are fairly high. Tampa does furnish a gracious setting for an invasion. The normal population of 230,000 friendly souls is increased to 600,000 on invasion day. They come from all parts of the world, and no wonder to see a spectacle like this. Balloons busting out all over. Thousands of balloons. It's piracy's new secret weapon for capturing the heart of a city. It is high noon exactly, timed to the split second. The pirate ship passes through the first bridge at the mouth of the Hillsborough in Tampa and proceeds up the river, whose banks are jammed with spectators. Approaching the second bridge, our pirates know that the city is theirs. Wonder what old Jose Gaspar himself thinks of all this, down there in Davy Jones' locker with Henry Morgan and Captain Kidd and Blackbeard. Probably saying, times have changed since we were pirates. Exactly so, you phantoms of long-dead buccaneers. Times have changed, and men's memories have softened. And piracy is now just a synonym for gallantry and adventure on the high seas, long ago and far away. But now, the invasion voyage of the more or less good ship Jose Gasparilla is at the end of the line. The helmsman brings her in to a beachhead far up the river. The pirates swarm ashore and prepare to parade in triumph through the streets of Tampa. Drummers of the Air Force from Washington, D.C. beat out a brisk starting signal. And Tampa's famous Gasparilla Pirates Parade, the #1 spectacle parade of the nation, steps off to the music of the Marine Corps Band from Paris Island. Pirate captains never had it so good in Gaspar's day. Matched white horses draw the royal carriage float of the pirate king, Gasparilla himself, chosen by lot from the Buccaneer crew, along with the beautiful queen of the pirates. Never underestimate the power of a woman. Chased off the pirate ship, our pirate girls reappear with a parade ship, one of the 60 floats permitted in a Gasparilla parade. The pirates have captured some famous clowns. There'll be more. And there'll be everything in the float line, from scenes of glittering ice and snow that will shiver your timbers, to the bright contrast of the Florida sun in February to give you that warm glow. These clowns are from the Florida State University Circus, which offers some very attractive extracurricular subjects. Today's parade can be dated, but Valentine's Day is as late as it ever comes. Usually, it's the first Monday in February. Sometimes leap year mixes things up. And speaking of leaps, how about this? And it goes on for the whole 4 miles of the parade. Now, here's one from the wild frontier. Air Force wives pretend that their husbands are in love with the lady in blue, meeting the sky. Here, the Air Force presents a real lady in blue, and the wives are beginning to wonder. On the other hand, some folks just say that love is for the birds. The honorary mayor of Tampa's Latin Quarter throws away stage money like a real politico. But leave it to the pirates to really throw it away. Pirate gold, hands full of glittering doubloons and pieces of eight, a golden shower to delight the souvenir hunters. Most famous of the clowns in this parade is sad-faced Emmett Kelly, fugitive for the day from Ringling Circus. A true knight of the road, he's an annual feature of the Pirates Parade. Here's another knight who has inspired the world's laughter, Don Quixote, riding Rocinante and looking for the nearest windmill. Bands are limited to 30 from schools, colleges, and the armed forces. And invitations are eagerly sought. This is something of a production number. Horsemen carry the flags of the 21 Latin American republics. Fine feathers and fine birds, and a bird in a gilded cage. The far-off glory of Egypt and a breath of the warm Nile. More than that even, this would make the pyramid builders lick their Cheops. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the pirates are coming. This pirate section, with a round dozen brilliantly different floats, begins the grand finale of this annual extravaganza, which packs more of a wallop than any other parade in the world. During more than half a century, literally millions of visitors to Tampa have viewed this Gasparilla pirate spectacle, the invasion and triumphal parade of the pirates. They have acclaimed it as utterly unique in American pageantry. No wonder at all that it attracts the greatest crowds in all Florida. The old devil-may-care spirit is still showing as the pirates go yo-ho-hoing along in the second half-century. Widely traveled fellows are pirates. There's one just back from outer space on a flying saucer. And who's that lady on the front end of this float? Why, that's no lady. That's a mermaid. Better see a good dentist, old man. 4 miles of Tampa's streets and boulevards to the Florida State Fairgrounds, the parade winds its way with all the strange and wonderful features of this phalanx of fantasy. For 600,000 people, it has been a day of thrills and wonder. They've seen pirates enough to haunt their dreams for years, enough to stock Davy Jones' locker a dozen times over. In the midst of the tumult and shouting, Tampa has made formal surrender. Its mayor has turned over the keys of the city to the Pirate King, whose own reign now reaches its final hours. Stage their own spectacle, the children's Gasparilla Parade, appropriately billed as the greatest little show on earth, a sort of Tom Thumb version of the grown-ups parade with 50 floats in miniature, everything to scale, and beautifully done. On the following night, the curtain goes up on a scene prepared by the pirate crew for the crowning of a new King Gasparilla. As a social event, it is the highlight of the Florida winter season. A brilliant audience has gathered to witness the pomp and pageantry that surround the coronation of a corsair. One by one, the ladies-in-waiting curtsy before the abdicating monarchs. About to be shorn of royal power, the king has one last command: bring out the dancing girls. Now, the big abdication scene and the big question, who succeeds to the throne? It is a secret most carefully guarded. The audience waits tensely as the royal chamberlain reveals the identity of the new king. Pirate king and a pirate queen. Ah, for a Gilbert and Sullivan to make this pair immortal. The king's enraptured subjects now take to the dance floor under the benign royal gaze. While their elders are sleeping this party off, the youngsters... Night falls, and all our adult pirates, refreshed by a good day's sleep, stage a pirate fiesta night parade in Tampa's Latin Quarter, Ybor City, famous among tourists for the excellence of its Spanish restaurants and the fragrance of fine Tampa-made Havana cigars. Beautiful new floats appear. The old ones look lovelier than ever under the gleam of torches. Tampa's Latin Quarter will stage a fiesta for you anyway at the drop of a sombrero. And the presence of pirates in February really brings out the saludos, amigos. So, Tampa's Gasparilla Pirate Festival weekends, as most weeks do, on Saturday night. And the pirates sail off to sea in a blaze of fireworks. All of South Florida turns out to watch the departure spectacle. If the word fabulous occasionally pops into mind as you watch, you're just echoing the thoughts of millions of others who have discovered that Tampa, hard by the Spanish Main, does indeed offer a spectacle unique in American pageantry.